Brisbane locked in a home final.
They did, but I've got concerns about them. And the most important stat in football is accuracy. And I want to go through some things. I trust this man, Jesse Hogan. So let's look at the sides going into September. I trust this man. Every time he goes back, I think he's going to kick 8 out of 10. So I trust him. Geelong, they're a big player in this final series. He kicked 9-1 yesterday, Jeremy Cameron. I trust this man when he's going to have a set shot for goal. Jack Gunston, I didn't think he was the right choice for Hawthorn. He's proven me wrong. I trust him. Every time he goes back to have a set shot, he's proven it in finals. I trust his other man, who'll probably be the sub. Every time he goes back, I think he's a clutch player and he'll kick the goal. And Luke Parker has had to fight back. But I think Sydney, whenever he goes back, he's kicked 11 goals, won this year. I can go through nearly every player who's a big player in the final. I can name someone who you can go, he's a big-time player who'll kick the goals. With Brisbane, I don't trust them. And it's happened time and time again. So let's go through them. I do not trust Eric. So if this is last night, early in the game, 0-0, you want to get your confidence up. So this is why Brisbane, I don't think, can win. They're not going to kick straight 4 weeks in a row to win 4 big finals. Joe Danaher, he's had a good year, Joe. But still, you can't trust him. He's improved over the years, but not good enough. Young fella, Logan Morris, again, that's just unforgivable. He's a young fella, so you give him some credit, but he's not going well. And this was 2 weeks ago. We all think, has Cam Rayner made it? But this cost them the game last week. Cam Rayner, and then there was Bailey straight after. Couldn't put them away. So this is a big issue for the Brisbane Lions. There's no way to sugarcoat that it costs them. They can't get it right. It's happened a number of years. And let's take a look at their season this year. And this is now 11 games where they've kicked more behinds than goals, and it's cost them 6 games of football. So they can't win it, TJ. They've done this for years in finals where they don't handle the moment. They miss the big shots and enough to cost them again this year.
Lachie Neale is watching us in Brisbane at the moment. Are you going to repeat all this to Lachie?
I'll say it to him, and I think he'd agree.
OK. Well, I don't think he will.
I don't think he'll agree that they can't win it, but I don't think they can shy away from this.
All right, Lachie Neale to join us after the break, but plenty to get through before then.
Yeah, and Essendon's season fell away dramatically again for the 2nd year in a row, and Dyson Heppell got the farewell game. It was at the Gabba, not at the home stadium of Marvel Stadium, which was the big debate the previous week. I wasn't as massive on this emotional aspect, TJ, as some were, including on this panel, that I felt they made the right call by the team last week. I get the emotion attached to it, and he was given the due send-off last night when he came back in and contributed well.
You can't still stand by that opinion, can you?
Yeah, I can.
What, so he wasn't, after what you saw last night, good enough to play last week in Melbourne?
Well, they made the decision based on team aspects
you think
going
that was the right call?
Well, I don't think his form had been great, Llordo. And they still had a chance to make finals had they won the last 2 games. And they didn't. We know that. But
so Jake Kelly, you're happy?
Well, that's... If you're going to get down to Jake Kelly or Dyson Heppell, there's probably a decision to make.
I think there was countless players that, he should have played, and he proved it last night.
So it was heartless?
I thought it was a poor decision.
You did say that in the week in question too.
Yeah. And I don't think it's about just Dyson. It's about the rest of the club and how they view how you treat your champions, which I don't think was the right thing.
I think there's bigger problems than what happened to Dyson Heppell, though.
But it might add to, add to where
we're 2 years now under the David Barham leadership of pledging to change this club, and the 2 years we've had under his watch. I know he doesn't coach the team, but it's no different to the season in which they sacked Ben Rutten.
Okay. Is that the quiz?
Yep.
Are they the answers?
They are.
Well, can you leave them there? So I can have a
No,
look at those.
cannot.
I'll tell you what, the Brisbane Lions, the jury is out in the eyes of some people as to whether the Lions are the real deal leading into this year's final series. Let's take a look at the results from last night, and they certainly did everything they needed to do there, albeit withstanding a late challenge from Essendon. But Llordo, you cast a pretty keen eye over this. You've been casting a pretty keen eye over the Lions full stop. Lachie Neale's about to join us from Brisbane, but can you just recap what you said a little earlier and word for word?
Well, Lachie will see there as well that it's 11 goals, 21-87. And this isn't just an off week for the Brisbane Lions. This is more common.
You said you don't trust them.
I don't trust them. I trust them as a playing group, but not the finishing. And it's been too often for the Brisbane Lions, Lachie. So thanks for joining us this morning, Lachie. You were instrumental again, best on ground. But again, you guys made the game a tough one because of your goal kicking.
Yeah, absolutely. You're spot on, Lloydie. Been a trend the last 3 weeks. I think it was a bit of a trend probably the first 8 or 9 weeks of the season as well. And then we sort of fixed it up for 3 months. I thought we kicked pretty well, but it sort of reared its head again. We don't have our head in the sand. We know that it's a problem, and guys are doing a fair bit of work on it at training. And yeah, it needs to be better in a couple of weeks' time, because if we kick like that, it can cost you big games. But we've done it. We've turned it around in season this year. So hopefully it's just a little blip, little 3-week patch, and we can kick straight in a couple of weeks' time, because like I said, it's going to be important during the finals.
Just with that, like, how deep do you go into it? So do you kick under fatigue? How do you bring pressure to it? Like, what are some of the ways you can go about bringing game-like pressure to goal kicking?
Yeah, it's probably a bit harder at training. Obviously, you don't have the pressure of the result on the line and the crowd and things like that. So it is hard to replicate, but we have been doing a lot of goal kicking under fatigue, particularly set shots, because I feel like we're missing a lot of those that we should be kicking. And then we just try and put a little bit of something on the line, whether it's you pair up, and if you miss, you have to buy the other bloke lunch that day, just to try and put a little bit more of a price on it for guys. So little things like that certainly help. No one wants to be paying for 2 lunches.
I really want to talk about your form and a broader conversation about your career. I think it's one of the great stories in football. Only 4 players have won 3 Brownlow medals, Lachie. You had 34 disposals after quarter time last night, 7 clearances, 11 score involvements. You won it in 20 and 23. I think the legacy that is at stake for you is to put you right into legend status in the Australian Football Hall of Fame if it goes your way on Brownlow medal night. Where do you rate this season as opposed to your previous winning years of 20 and 23?
Yeah, thanks for the kind words, Kane. It's very nice of you to say. But I feel like this year has been one of my better years, to be honest. I think I'm using the ball by foot better than I ever have. I'm still getting to work inside and being able to impact the game on the inside, but I think my outside game's improved this year. I think I've had a better year this year than I did last year, and I feel like I've worked through numerous situations throughout the year to have an impact on the game. So, certainly one of my better years, and I've always been one to believe that you try and improve on 1 or 2 things every year, no matter your age. I still feel like I can get better again next year. There's a couple of things that I'll work on in the off-season and pre-season to go again, and just keep trying to improve my game year on year. And, certainly feel this year's been one of my better years.
Look, it was a slowish start to the year for the Lions. Then you got on an almighty surge there for a while. Then lost 2 matches prior to last night by narrow margins, but they took you out of top 4 considerations. What's Chris Fagan been saying to you in the past week and even post-match about what now lies ahead for you?
Yeah, we've shot ourselves in the foot for a fortnight there and let a couple of games slip. But Chris's, Fags' message through the whole period has been we're playing some great footy. Even though we let a couple of games slip, we feel like our best footy stacks up against the best. And although a couple of results didn't go our way and we cost ourselves a top 4 chance, I think we've seen this season that anyone can beat anyone on their day, and we'll have to go the long road. But we're excited about that challenge, and we've got the first final at home. And like you said, the start of the year was less than ideal. So to end up 5th after all that happened at the start of the year is a very good effort. I'm so proud of the club. 6 years of finals in a row. I'm not sure if any other club's done that. Maybe Sydney or Geelong might be close, but just our performances to pick ourselves up off the canvas and finish in the top 5 is a great effort by the group. And we're looking forward to hopefully getting a win in the elimination final, and then for us, we've got to win the grand final away. So great opportunity to get a couple of games on the road if we can progress.
You're the leader of that midfield, but Oscar McInerney is the biggest guy in that midfield. Talk about Max Gawn, we talk about Tristan Sherry, maybe All-Australian, but it's hard to go past the form. I don't think I've ever seen him play a poor game. Where does he rate in your eyes?
Yeah, I love the Big O. He's a heart and soul player for us, a real energiser. He's a very humble and quiet guy off the field, and then turns into an animal on the field, and we love that about him. He's been enormous for us this year, shouldering basically the ruck load the whole year, and he's performed very well. I think he's probably been, as you said, in the top 2 or 3 rucks for the whole season. So we're very lucky to have him at our footy club, and he brings a lot.
Hey, Lachie, you touched on some players having to pay for 2 lunches. TJ's never paid for 1 in his time. So that's what we have to deal with here on the panel. Is that true?
When Lachie was saying that, I thought, When Lachie was, I thought, thank God I don't play league football.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for an $11 suit, Lachie. That's how bad our man is. But the votes, you were brilliant. I loved your game. So you get the 8. Zach Merritt, I thought, was very good for the Bombers, 7. Hugh McCluggage gets a 7, and Charlie Cameron started the game like a house on fire.
Now, I'm not entirely sure what's more thrilling for you this morning, Lachie. The fact that Kane has anointed you as the next legend of the game, or you're about to get a prize back.
If you win,
Lachie is the first person you've ever actually pumped up.
That's not true at all.
Name another.
TJ. Hawthorn all year.
Dacos, we just heard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad?
Josh Rochelle.
Chad. Tex. Lachie, this is a great prize pack for you. You're off to Gumbaya World, where water slides, thrill rides and wildlife
Watch out for the quackers,
collide.
though. The quackers
Unlimited
bite.
access with a family pass, thanks to the team at Gumbaya World. There it is there. There's the mini J-Buds, thanks to J-Lab. They're true wireless and pack over 5 hours of play time. The Clutch & Co. I think you love your golf, so you'll be best dressed on the golf course with a quarter zip top and pants from Clutch & Co. And we'll also kit you out in Cat Star Brad Close's clothing brand. Be Close, your swing, your style. Also a box of Chrome Tour golf balls and a cap thanks to our great mates at Callaway. There it is there. And the Travis Matthews hats as well. 2 hats for the playing group thanks to Travis Matthews. The True Linkswear golf shoes, they're so good you want to wear them everywhere. truelinkswear.com.au. The scroll up to the bar fridge is there. Custom design. Your own bar fridge. Look good in your pool room. The Aquila's premium quality footwear since 1958. And then we move on to the Cookie Box as Melbourne's finest artisan cookie shop. Treat yourself to a special delivery thanks to Cookie Box. Now, a meal also at Platform 28. It is the best pub in Docklands. Make sure you book in for Father's Day as well at Platform 28. The Rick's Eyewear. Check them out, rickseyewear.com.au, and elevate your wardrobe with the latest streetwear style from St. Goliath.
Unbelievable prize pack. So what do you do this week, Lachie? Do you have a lighter week, or is it a week as normal? How do you plan the week?
Yeah, we do it a little bit differently this week. So we'll basically have a day on, day off. So I think we're off again tomorrow, and then we'll train Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then roll into the following week and do our normal week leading into the finals. So it's exciting. The guys get a bit of a mental break over the next few days, and then get a bit of training loads in and prepare for another final series. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for giving us some of your time this morning, Lach, and all the very best as you head into September.
No worries. Thanks very much. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, good work, Lachie Neale, joining us there.